right, so let's open up, ladies and gentlemen, with our CEO, Geraldine Larina. Geraldine, thank you so much for joining us. We have a card that's opening with the two ladies, on the card. What was the inspiration behind that?
Thanks, Khotso. From the beginning, we've said that we want to include women, and August is Women's Month, so it's only fitting that we start the bill with a female fight.
All right, and I think that deserves a big round of applause. So we're starting off with the ladies. Kevin, over to you, sir. Welcome. Now, looking at Women's Month, very significant. Do you think that we're going to get to a point where we might have an all-female tournament?
Most definitely. I think, women in boxing is booming in the world, and I think South Africa needs to follow pursuit in that. An all-female card would be very challenging at the moment. Obviously, the divisions are very thin at the moment, but it's definitely a realistic and a goal that we should look to do to put on a successful all-female fight, which means more female boxing, more female licensed fighters. I think it's something we could do, not in the near future, I must be honest. I stand under correction, anyone, trainers, managers in this room, would say it's hard to put on two female fights when the divisions are so thin at the moment. We want South African female fighters, we want to support our South African females, but it's definitely something that could happen in the future, not in the near future, but maybe the distant future, and it would be really nice to have an stacked all-female card. You saw MVP Promotions, Jake Paul do that, and Nakisa Balarin, and I think for them that's phenomenal. They put on world title fights, an all-female card, that's massive. So South Africa could follow pursuit, but it's going to take a long time until we have enough females in the rankings to put on a successful show like that. But definitely something that we'd like to do. I mean, at Aquila we put a female fight on the first card, which was Bernice Ferreira versus Bukiwe Nonina. That was a phenomenal fight, and then we had the second show, and now we got another female fight on. We want to give females opportunities, but we need to be realistic and understand that there's not a lot of female South Africans in the ratings, and we're not prepared to just put any fights on just because they're two females. We want to put on good quality fights.
All right, now Kevin, talking about your sponsors and the relationship and making such huge tournaments, you've got Nick over there next to you from World Sports Betting. What's the relationship thus far? I mean, this is the third installment for Aquila Boxing Promotions. Has there been growth, and is it strengthening the relationship between yourself and World Sports Betting?
I hope so. Yeah, look, I mean, World Sports Betting have stepped up to help us and to help us per show to put on an event like this. You know what people don't realize, I think it's very easy, and as a team, we got a lot of sponsors. Tigris Wealth, a friend of mine, Ashley, Mark and Rudy. We've got World Sports Betting, obviously Nick is the head of sponsorships. You've got Warren Tennis and Reno, and then you've got JCP Steel, who's part of our network, very good friends with Ashley again, as well as HP. So our network, we're cultivating within our network with friends that have come together to try to help one another, and they see my vision in trying to put on shows and trying to help fighters develop, and that's what we're trying to do, I must be honest. So hopefully they're happy with the reach they're getting. I hope, we try our best to go above and beyond, to give more and to do more for the sponsors in terms of, it's not just about views, it's about everything, about the branding, it's about us on the television, it's about us in seats, it's about impressions and views. If we're talking about that, I just think the Aquila Boxing Promotions page alone got 650,000 views in the last 30 days. And obviously as an individual brand ambassador, we got in the millions of views. So I think it's so important to show and to leverage off that. If people want to talk about views and leveraging, and I think hopefully they're happy. You're going to have to ask World Sports Betting, the others aren't yet, but we're very grateful for them. Tigris Wealth, Ashley, Mark and Rudy from HP, JCP Steel, who is clients of Ashley's, who they've brought on board to make all of this happen. It doesn't just happen, if you don't have friends that rally together to make these things happen. Events like this are really relatively small compared to, like the Legacy event was massive that Sean and Devil put on, and then other promoters are putting on relatively big events. This is a small event, but it's big in scale of what we're trying to do, and what we're trying to achieve is quality production, and that's what I think we are doing.
No, certainly, Champ. Now, I think a modern measure of the success of a fighter or a tournament would be their online presence and their online growth. Now, I know you humbly mentioned the growth of Aquila, the page, which is over 600,000, but with yours as well, over the past month, a view of over 4 million views, and I think that deserves a big round of applause for the champ. And I think that also goes to speak for the experience that you've had recently. Would you like to touch on that, on your recent fight as well, champ?
faster. No, just not my night. You know, it was great to walk that journey with my team, Peter and Sean Smith. You know, we've been in the sport together for a very long time, and I think, you know, we can always dissect and reflect and go, what did we do right and what did we do wrong? But I'll tell you what we did right was reaching the apex and the pinnacle of the sport. And I think I wish all fighters here and all fighters in South Africa all the best, and I hope they can all achieve that, because it's something, it's a taste that will be resounding for me forever. You know, only the selective few, as I spoke to my friend just standing over there, Nathan, I said, life has a certain flavor the protected will never know. And we're not the protected. We've tasted that flavor, and I want to taste it one more time again. And it's been a great journey with my team, Peter, my head trainer, obviously Sean, his brother, who's such an integral part of the team, you know, wraps my hands and gives me the moral and the support I need. Just the whole Smith's banner, we've walked the journey together. The result didn't go my way. Was it my night? Probably not. It's not the Kevin that I know, but why? I don't know. So we've got to figure it out, you know, but we're only human, and yeah, I think I will be back, and one more time to the mountaintop.
One more time, champ. I think let's give champ a big round of applause. We appreciate you, champ, for flying the flag very, very high internationally. Now, just going over to Nick, your partner there, that's from World Sports Betting. Nick, this is the third installment that you're part of. What kind of growth have you seen in terms of the relationship with boxing and the boxing world?
Yeah, I think the production that Aquila Boxing Promotions has put together the last 2 events has been incredible. You know, I think ourselves as well as World Sports Betting, we're always looking to back the best, not just Kevin as an ambassador, but even the properties and assets that we partner with and sponsor as well. You saw the fight card, you know, even the results. I mean, there were fan favorites that won and didn't win, and that's what it's all about, you know, having the best in class and fighters and bring them under one roof, under the lights. So that's something exciting for us as a brand as well, that we really have loved about this partnership, is that the standard and quality, not just the production, but the eventing side of it as well. And it shows in the fan attendance as well, and as well what you've mentioned earlier, the audience engagement across various social media platforms too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick from World Sports Betting. Thank you, Nick. And one last time to our CEO. CEO, just a question about Friday night. Friday Night Fight Boxing is back. I know as a traditional fan, I always used to look forward to Friday night boxing, but it's really, really exciting now. Tell us, what are we expecting on the 1st of August?
I think we've got a really exciting lineup with some nice competitive matchups, so it will be an action-packed night, I'm sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause. CEO, I'm going to ask you to take a seat. We'll move you off the stage as we're arriving on Wednesday. At the moment, Abigail isn't here, so we will focus on Kyabizwe. Kyabizwe, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's really exciting having a lady on the female card, and of course, opening Women's Month with a lady. How does it feel? Are you honored to be on the card?
I'm very excited and ready to be on the card, and I feel very excited to be in the card as well.
Now tell us, you are a new kid on the block. Tell us a little bit about your career so far.
My career has been a quite impressive career, because I started boxing at a young age, and so far I also fought my first pro debut. I didn't do well, but this is the comeback. I mean, revenge tour. It's that time.
Let's go, she says it's that time. All right, well, let's go, champ. Over to your coach over there, sir. Please introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Steven Msimanga. I'm the coach from Soweto, coaching at Kyabizwe Matana. I'm very excited to be here, because actually we're starting this thing from the street. Even today, we don't have what you call a proper gymnasium. We are training on the street, but yes, we made it to come here. I thank God for all what He did for us. I thank you.
Thank you, coach. I'm not done with you, coach. I'm not done. With regards to your fighter, how have you been preparing her for the fight?
Oh well, we have worked so much, a lot. Although, as I'm saying that we don't have a shelter, it was so difficult actually for the preparation, because we have to go gym to gym, and so. But anyway, we did make it, because this is our job.
Now, coming from Soweto, obviously, like you said, there have been challenges, but now you find yourself and your fighter on a very, very big stage where the international eyes are watching. There's quite possibly a chance that after this you get a phone call for sponsorship or some sort of funding. And of course, you've got the main man right there next to you who's got the key to the city, to the boxing city. So good luck to you, coach and champ. Kevin, is there anything you'd like to say about the fight?
I just wish you all the best, and it's a pleasure to have you on our card, and I understand where you guys are coming from. You know, we got a beautiful gym that we train at Peter Smith's. It's a phenomenal facility. We've been around the world, and there's no gyms that match South African gyms, so credit to you and massive respect, and I just hope you do your best, and hopefully we can see you more in the future. But thanks for being on our show. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin so much. All right, welcome, gents. Welcome to the camps and the managers. Kushil, we're going to start with you. Your first appearance on Aquila Boxing Promotions card. How does that feel, knowing that there's been some great fighters already ahead of you?
It's a very exciting opportunity, and I'm happy to be here.
Now, tell us, have you been watching the tournaments leading up to this?
Yes, I have. I've watched all of the events that Kevin Lorena has run, and it's very professional and it looks exciting. Yeah.
What was the call like getting that? What was it like getting that call to say that you're going to be on the card?
I was happy. I was a bit nervous, but yeah, it dies down after a while, and yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
All right, so over to you, coach. Kindly introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Johannes. I'm from Benoni. Well, I can say with Kush, it's been a hard journey. We've been suffering some minor injuries here and there in camp, but now he's fully healed and prepared to roll.
All right, fully healed and prepared to roll, the camp says. All right, let's go over to the Smith's camp. Welcome, gents. Tsikufato, thank you for joining us. Also, your first time on Aquila's card. How you feel about it, knowing that you're coming from a champion gym? How much pressure is there on you?
Thank you for having me. I feel prepared, I'm ready to go, and let's go.
All right, a man of short questions. I'm going to open up to the floor, maybe receive 2 questions from the floor. Anybody to ask a few questions, either to Kushil or to the Smith's camp? Nothing yet? Let's not all rush, guys. All right, okay. Let's, Kev, I beg your pardon, Kev? Chad? All right, of course. Mr. Smith, thank you for joining us from the World Champion Gym. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about your fighter over there.
Thank you so much for having us here, Kevin and Geraldine with Aquila Promotions. I just want to say it's a great event that they're putting on for us, and it's given us opportunity to give these guys a hope and a dream in sport, you know. And obviously, you know, it's a journey that these guys are going through. So for us, I've had a great experience working with Sevaso, and you know, he's come a long way. We had a nurturing from baby steps, from white collars to amateurs to, you know, it's the whole grooming stages, and now this is the platform where it starts their careers. I'm so excited for this great event. I think this can be the future of boxing, Aquila Promotions, and my boy's ready. We're ready to rumble, and you know, we roam around the world in stages. You know, I've got Kevin, we go, and we see these opportunities around the world, and it's like, can be done here. You know, it's happening right now. So the growth factor in the sport is where it starts, and it's with these young guys. And you know, you see the brightness in their future and dreams, and they're looking up to Kevin. So, you know, let's go, let's start the show, and let's get rocking. It's great for both of these guys.
Now, you've been a great champion for Aquila Boxing so far. You've had so many fighters on the card, and like you said, you've been around the world. At what point do you stop and say, we have enough champions, you know, this is it?
Are you asking?
Yes, coach.
No, it never stops, you know, as long as my passion and my love for the sport is there, I'm always going to be a part of it, you know. And, you know, there's so many things that go on in sport, so much, you know, we're dealing with raising finances, difficult. It's like difficulties is always what challenges us, but the passion and dream, if that fire is still there in us, we are so motivated to be a part of it and stay a part of it. you know, we fight through the storms and whatever it is, the challenges, but you know, look at everyone appearing here today. This is a huge conference for such an event, you know, and if this can happen for them to be looked upon, this is inspiration for all of us, you know. So I'm just grateful to always love the sport, be part of it, and stay with it. This is what I do. This is what I love to do.
It never stops, Coach.
I'm challenging Jake Paul. We hope
to get that payday, Coach. We know you'll win it. We know you'll win it. So, over there to you. Looking at your opponent and having him in the same room over there, what are the sentiments? What's going on in your head right now? What are the thoughts?
I'm just ready to go. I'm just ready to go. And yeah.
Give us a fight prediction. Maybe.
I've been training hard, bringing the whole toolbox, and yeah, we'll do what needs to be done on the night.
All right, Kushal, you just heard your opponent saying that he's bringing everything. What's your strategy on the night?
My strategy is just to do what I know, fight the way I fight, and yeah, hopefully we get the win.
All right, Kevin, one last comment about the guys?
No, good luck to both. They're both on their debuts, so I wish them both all the best. I remember my debut, so have fun. It's gonna go by quick, and just well done to both of you for preparing and showing professionalism. So all the best to both camps. All the best to Safatso, and all the best to you as well. God bless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Safatso Mukala versus Kushal Raji. Gentlemen, please face off. Thank you, gents. Please face the camera. Please face the media cameras.
Look here. And then yeah, okay. Thank you.
Somebody's always got to go for the debuts, for the debutants. All right, thanks, gents, for joining us. Samuel, let's start with you. Welcome once again. I beg your pardon. Say again. I thought he was correcting me for something. Welcome, champ. Thank you for joining us. How are you feeling today? How's the preparations leading up to the 1st of August?
How are you guys? Thank you for calling me. Thank you for calling me. And thank you for Aquila boxing promotion. I'm feeling great. I'm ready to fight.
How's preparations been? Have you been in shape?
I was training hard. Yeah, I'm ready. I prefer. I'm ready to fight.
All right, let's go. The man says he's ready to fight. Man of short words. All right, Tapelo. How are you doing, sir? Thank you so much for joining us once again with Aquila Boxing Promotions. Looking forward, looking at your opponent. What do you think of your opposition?
I think he's a good fighter, and based on my last performance, I just have to improve at the same time. It wasn't easy to pick up somebody who's #1 top 20 in South Africa in 3-0. So I just had a lot of confidence, and what happened. But one thing for that is that I took a lesson. I took the loss in a good way.
And has there been growth? Have you experienced any growth? Do you think you're going to come into the ring a different fighter?
Definitely. This time you're going to see a different Tapelo.
What strategies do you think you're going to... Yes, let's give him a big round of applause for that. The man is back in the ring. What strategies are you looking to employ this time?
You're going to see.
All right, so gents, the very, very short answer, gents. But Champ, please tell us the motivation behind getting Tapelo back and also actually both gents back.
Yeah, of course, we had a tournament, and there was a fight that fell off on this one, and then we offered the fight to another team, and they were unable to take it. And then I thought it was only fitting to put Sabelo on because he just fought in June, and he had a terrific performance. I'll be honest, he fought Sean and Kuna in a phenomenal performance, which won him and Sean fight of the night, and they both got a 5,000 Rand win bonus for that, or bonus for fight of the night each. And Tapelo, on the other hand, had a very close fight against Luke Hendricks in a fight like he's a wily competitor. He knows his way around the ring. You can see he knows what he wants to do, what he sets out to do. So I just thought it was only fitting to put a good matchup on between Sabelo and Tapelo. You know, he's coming off a win. Unfortunately, he's coming off a loss, but coming off a loss, too many people focus on records. I think, as Peter always told me, you never really look at the record and say, well, that guy has a loss. Always look at how he lost and who he lost to. So yeah, it's just about giving them an opportunity. As I said, they won fights of the night last time out. They got $5,000 each, him and his opponent, and there'll be another fight of the night on Friday night. So whoever is going to step up, you know, you'll get yourself a nice cash bonus, both of you. And this is what we're trying to do, just make the guys eager and excited. And this is another eager, competitive matchup.
Now, gents, you hear Kevin talking about fight night bonus. Sabelo, what do you think of that? Do you think you're going to get it again? He says, I'm definitely going to get it. And yourself, sir?
On my side, compared to when I watched this fight, it's going to be a good fight, because at least this time I'm not fighting somebody who's keep on backing up. So I look forward to fighting.
Alright, thank you, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Sabelo Dwandwe versus Tapelo Kwane. Gentlemen, we may face off. You may face the media, gents. Ladies and gentlemen, Sabelo Dwandwe versus Tapelo Kwane. Thanks for joining us, gents. Welcome Liam, welcome Kumo, and trainers. Alright, let's start with Kumo. Bro Kumo, how are you doing?
I'm well, thanks.
Kev, let's give him a mic over there.
I'm well, thanks, and how are you?
Very well, thank you. Looks like you're very energetic, very happy to be here. Tell us what it's like being on the Aquila Boxing Promotions tournament.
Hey, I feel very blessed because I've been out for nearly 3 years and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
What inspired the comeback after 3 years?
You know, just playing and believing that I'll come back because I've had a tough journey and I'm just glad to be back. I'm excited actually.
Alright, now taking a look at your opponent over here, Liam Fox, the wily Fox. Have you done any homework on him?
No, not really. We just do us. Me and coach, we've been working on perfecting my art.
Alright, working on perfecting your art. Just give the mic over to coach. Let's speak to coach. Coach, kindly introduce yourself and tell us how it is working with your fighter.
Oh, my name is Ndombassy.
Legend. The legend, yes indeed.
So I wouldn't have so much to say because this youngster, we are almost about 3 months together. That he's been training with me. So at least he has shown some improvement.
Now, when you got the call, actually Kumo, when you got the call, what was it like and how soon did you start preparing?
We started as soon as we heard the news that ABP is promoting and they need somebody to fight. So we took it immediately and yeah.
Alright, well good luck gents. Over to Liam. Liam, thank you for joining us. I'm sure you've heard what your opponent has to say. He's already started preparing for fights, not just for your fight, but the moment you heard about Aquila, he started preparing. What was going through your head when you got the call from Kevin saying that you're going to be on the card?
Yeah, as everyone, just thank you for having me, first of all. Shout out to Aquila Boxing Promotion. When we got the call, it was exciting, we stay ready all year round. We're forever training. So when that call came, I was ready to go. Let's get it.
Have you been following the promotions?
Yeah, sure, I was here at the last event as well. Very good event, very professional. And I'm excited to showcase what I have on a platform like this,
Any predictions for fight night?
I'll be the winner, 100%. Come Friday night, I'll win.
Alright, let's hand it over to your trainer over here. So please introduce yourself.
What's up? My name is Danny D'Olivera. I just want to say thank you to Aquila Promotions for giving us this opportunity.
All right, Danny, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about Liam as a boxer when you're training him.
Liam's probably the hardest worker I know. Anything I ask, he gets it done. And I just want to tell everyone here, remember the name Liam Fox, because it's about it.
All right, we remember the name Liam Fox. Champ, do you want to say anything about this fight? It looks like it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's a nice opportunity for Liam to get on a mainstream platform and fight. And when his trainer, Kat, reached out initially to say that they're looking for a fight, if an opportunity comes, we presented them with the opportunity. So thanks to them for stepping up to the challenge and to the task of fighting on an ABP show. And to come on, wish you all the best, man. You haven't fought in 3 years, and that actually makes me happy, because now this is what we set out to do. We're providing an opportunity for a man who's been inactive for 3 years. We all know as fighters and as trainers and managers, yeah, the biggest killer in boxing is inactivity, and we all face it at some point in our careers. And I think fighters and trainers and managers will realize that there's nothing more than nothing can make you more despondent than not having an opportunity to fight. So all the best, and I'm glad we could provide you with that opportunity.
So all the best for the fighters. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, what we say? This is Liam Fox. Just please face off. Alright gents, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome Ayamonga, welcome Sabelo. Sabelo, we're going to start with you over there sitting next to Kevin. Thank you so much for joining us. We can see you're full of smiles. Clearly you're happy to be here. What does it feel like being on the card, on the Aquila Boxing Promotions card?
Good day to everyone. Shout out to Aquila Boxing Promotion. I'm so excited to be part of the event. Thank you so much.
Now, Sabelo, what's it been like leading up to Friday, the 1st of August? We know it's Women's Day, but it's also a big day for you. It's tournament day. What's it been like leading up to that in terms of your training?
I'm really thankful to be part of this tournament. Yeah, I'm really excited.
And now looking at your opponent across the room over there, what's the sentiment? How are you feeling?
As I said, like, I'm excited to share with Ayabo Masuji. It's going to be a good fight for me also. It's a good challenge.
Have you done any homework on him, on his career? What do you think of him as a fighter?
He's a good fighter, good boxer. I've watched most of his fights. I've did my homework for my opponent.
All right, now JJ, over to you. Welcome, JJ. Thank you so much for joining us from the Champion Gym as well, from the Smith's Gym. Now you always have another fighter right behind you. You know, you make your statements when you come into the ring. What's it like now having another fighter here that's trailing behind you that wants, wants your reputation?
Afternoon, everyone. Firstly, thank you, Kevin, for bringing me back, and my coach as well. Thank you. Going to this fight, I won't say much. I don't like to talk, so I believe in myself so much. So I'd rather do the talking inside the ring than do everything in the social media.
Now you mentioned social media. Has he come after you on social media? What do you think of social media presence of a boxer?
Sometimes we do need social media to promote some fights. So on his side, he hasn't done much on social media. Also on my side, hasn't done much. So
there's no bad blood at all between both of you. Coach Smith, let's have a little chat with you. We've seen JJ over and over again. He's a banger. He always comes to entertain us. So we're looking forward to seeing him on the 1st. Again, anything that we're going to see different from JJ this time on the 1st?
Good afternoon, everyone, and hope you all have a blessed Monday, end of the month on the way. Can't really say much, just grateful to Aquila for another amazing event. JJ's started off a nice career. It was going fast, and all of a sudden for a year and a half there was nothing, no activity, no opportunity. So we're very grateful to be here. I think people underestimate the reach of these shows and the impact of these shows. they can restart careers that are literally dormant. So obviously, I know Sabelo, very good fighter. You know, and in careers that you see guys that should meet but never really meet, I'm glad that these two are meeting. As you saw, JJ, like he fought the last time, he fought, what's the guy he beat him? Yeah, Showtime, is it? Bonakwana, yeah, he fought. So those were fights that were meant to happen a year or two ago. Sabelo is a great fighter. He's been to all over. He's fought outside. He's fought everywhere. He's a great fighter. I think he's beaten Malajika. He's had some very good wins. So we respect him. Look forward for him to bring his A game. And I think these two are like under the radar, but it could be a very, very competitive and exciting fight. Which you're excited just to see which guy still wants it, which guy still has it. JJ is looking good, shown like a lot of growth, and I think being active, it's number 3 this year for him. So that's a big thing for us. Very excited that he's had 3 fights and it's only August. So we're very blessed and very excited.
You mentioned his activity after quite a while of not being active now. Has there been any difference between the inactive version of JJ and the current very active version of him?
No. So I must admit, JJ is always in the gym. He stays active. I mean, through the years he's been sparring Kane Faries and the like to that, holds his own against all of them. So I wouldn't say it's much of a difference, but I'm looking out for JJ to start to slowly propel himself to an international outing or two. That's what the guys will do here. South Africa might be a little bit slow being able to bring out internationals. It's expensive, but guys with shows like this on Aquila, it allows these guys the opportunities to explore greater things outside and internationally. So that's what we're hoping to do. We're flying under the radar, but I need JJ to get international. I believe he's got the goods. He's a former Olympian. He can bring the goods on an international stage. So that's what we're hoping to do.
And now, JJ, Coach Smith says that you're flying under the radar. Is there anything that you're planning to do on Friday nights that really make a statement that maybe from you once again that puts you on the spotlight?
Nothing much. I'm going there and showcase that I can still do it.
All right, Kevin. Any comments about this fight?
No, just it's a terrific matchup. JJ, former Olympian, people forget that. We've got to give him credit where it's due. Nobody just goes to the Olympics by mistake. So massive credit to JJ. And also this one's a massive shout out. He does a lot of matchmaking for the top promoters in the country. He matchmakes for Boxing 5. AB Smunisi is a phenomenal matchmaker. I think it's safe. A round of applause for AB. I think it's safe to say that our first 2 events, matchups have never ever been in question because it's been absolutely electric. The script's been ripped up and that's what we want and that's what we set out to do. So credit to ABs and to both these guys. I wish them both all the best and may the best man win on the 9th, but he's a tough competitor. Sabelo, JJ's got a great pedigree, makes for a great matchup. So shout out to both and wish them all the best.
Now certainly we're looking forward to the action on the 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, Ayabonga, JJ Soldita versus Sabelo Demiana. We face the media. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, coaches. Welcome, fighters and trainers. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with Kane. Kane, always good to have you back on stage. You're here back with Aquila Boxing Promotions. What's the sentiment now coming into the next fight on the 1st? Friday the 1st of August.
Yeah, no, first of all, thank you for having me. First of all, I just want to say thank you to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He's the main man here. And yeah, so like I say, the third time back, can't wait, and I'm grateful for Kevin and Geraldine for putting me on again, just to showcase my talent and to see what K9 is about again.
Now, with regards to Aquila Boxing Promotions and K9, you're now 3 on 3. What do you believe is the formula that keeps you coming back?
Yeah, just the under. I mean, after the first Aquila promotion didn't go my way, but like Kevin said to me, my biggest loss is my biggest victory. So after that fight, just kept on grinding, and not plenty of people can do it, you know. So I'm grateful for what happened actually. So now I just want to fight.
Now, certainly. Now, going over to your opponent, Umpi. Umpi, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Let's give him a big round of applause. You're stepping up to the very popular and well-known King Fourie. How has preparations been for the first?
I want to say thank you, Lord, to be here today, and it's an opportunity for me. Thank you to ABP Promotion to give me an opportunity, and my team, of course. Like as I said before, we've been working over and over and over, so there's nothing new over here. This is boxing. Alhamdulillah.
All right, and have you been watching and following the promotion so far?
Yes, I did.
What do you think of the quality of promotions that we've been hosting?
Very good. I'm thankful to be here today.
All right, and I know you're a man of short words, but what was the feeling like when you got the call from Kevin to say that you're on the next Aquila Boxing Promotions card?
My manager told me about that. I was so happy.
Where were you at the time?
I was at the gym, actually. I was coming in, going to change, and she's like, I got you fired. And I was like, okay, good, let's get it.
All right, so let's hand it over to your manager. Ma'am, welcome. Thank you so much for having us. I think you're the first lady manager we've had on stage, so let's give a big round of applause as well. Very significant as well, also going into Women's Month. What's it like coaching Umpi?
It's very easy. He's very dedicated, very disciplined. I've known him since he was a kid. Umpi and I go way back, so yeah, it's very easy to work with him. But I just want to say thank you to Kevin and Aquila Boxing, and happy birthday to Gert. And thank you very much for taking the fight, for this opportunity.
Oh, certainly. Now, Gert, happy birthday to you. Let's give him a big round of applause once more. Now, Gert, having a fighter like Kane, you've gone up and down in the recent 3 fights, or the recent 2 fights. What's it been like mentally, psychologically, getting him back onto the winning column?
Look, Kane's been with me for 8 years now, since day one. We had a bit of a hiccup in that one fight. We put that behind us. We actually forgot about that fight already. We know where we went wrong, and we fixed it up, and yeah, we're on to bigger and better things.
Right, now looking at your opponent, Umpi Sibeko, have you done any homework on him, any preparations?
I know Umpi from his EFC days, from 2011 I think it was, a long time ago. So I also know Umpi for many, many years. I know what he's about. He's a good fighter, he's going to bring it. I know he's going to come in at his best. But yeah, we're ready, and we're going to deliver once again.
Right now, Umpi, obviously coach says that he's known you for quite a while. Is Umpi from 11 years ago the same Umpi that we're going to be looking at on the first?
I won't really give you a straight answer, but there's a purpose why I'm here today.
Alright, man of short words. Kevin, please give us some sentiments on the fight and what you think what's going to happen on the night.
No, I think it's a good matchup. Kane's coming off a good victory, and Umpi's trying to make his mark back in the boxing ranks again. I've known Umpi for a very long time. If I'm not mistaken, Umpi came from a Muay Thai K1 background, dabbled in MMA, so he's got terrific hands. And he used to be at the same gym as us many years ago. So it's a good matchup, and Kane's been managed by No Doubt Management, Colin Nathan and Gert Stradum in conjunction as a team. So this is just another example, fighters fighting on our platform, and we always want to give people an opportunity. And then you've got Jody Solomon here, who's managed many terrific fighters, now managing Umpi as well as Patrick in the main event. So we're just trying to broaden the landscape of boxing. We're not we're not set on these are the only people we work with. We only work with these people. We're trying to work with everybody to accommodate the sport because that is the true growth. So this is another growth fight, you know, a crossroads for both. A fight that Kay needs to win, and I'm sure a fight that Ompi needs to win too in order to progress their careers. So terrific matchup. Good luck to both camps, and yeah.
Okay, Ompi, so you wanted to say something?
I would just say thank you so much to Kevin for giving me an opportunity. I'm highly grateful for this.
Quick fight prediction for Friday night. Would you like to give us a quick fight prediction for Friday night? How do you think the fight's going to end?
Are we talking about me?
Yes, sir.
It have to be a win.
All right. Next time I'll make sure I'm looking at you straight, sir. All right, Kane, you heard your opponent. He says it's definitely going to be a win. Would you like to give us a fight prediction?
Yeah, well, luckily my first can't talk now, but they'll talk in the ring, so it's fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Kane Fari, Ompi Sibeko. Gentlemen, please face off. Face the media. Ends on Thursday morning. In the meantime, we have Gary van Staden, the stylish. How you doing, Gary? Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you for having me, thank you Geraldine and Kev for putting me on the show. Thank you to all the media for coming out, we want to keep the style going, the media's here, it's entertainment business, let's get it going.
Let's go. We see you here in your full regalia. Obviously, you're very, very ready and prepared. Not the first time you're going to be in the Aquila Boxing Promotions ring. What's it like getting that phone call again and again saying that, listen, you've been approved?
This is actually my first time in the Aquila Boxing ring, so yeah, it's the first time here, but yeah, we're going to go put a big show on in there and make it 2-0. This is step 2 to superstardom. Like I said last time, it was step 1, now we're going for step 2. And yeah, it's the same story around. We stay in camp, we stay ready, stay training. Training camp is life for me. I'm in the gym all day long, every day. My parents actually complain about it, but yeah.
I think for a young man, that's a good place to be. In training camp in the boxing place where your parents can find you doing good things and not naughty things. But over to your champion coach over there, Coach Smith. Your second fighter on the card. What's it like having two prolific, very, very exciting fighters on the card and looking forward to Friday night?
This is very exciting for me because, this is my new development, and like I said, I saw in Gary, and Gary came to me the other day, he said, Coach, I have to tell you I came out the closet. So what do you mean? He said, I'm actually a pimp. I said him, who's your daddy? He said, Gary Senior. So I got a pimp on my hand. But this is beautiful, this is what it's about, and I think every fighter should take note of this because you are in the entertainment business. You have to entertain people, and this is the way you do it. You come up here and you've got to be prepared. You've got to speak well. You got to showcase. People want to see this. We have to go internationally to see this. Yeah, he's bringing it on, and it takes guts to do this, and it's such a good, excitement for me to see new youth coming through my banner and to just look after us and say, wow, that's what it's about, bringing the excitement, bringing the game to this event. And, I'm excited. He's trained very hard. So both of my boys have trained very hard. I put them through hell. They know it. So good luck to the opponents. If they're prepared to go through hell, let's see. It's showtime.
No, certainly good luck to Gary that understands being a boxer in the ring and the show business as well. The pay-per-view mentality and the attraction, whether you're losing or fighting, we want to watch you. So yes, certainly. Let's give him a big round of applause. Kev, exciting, prolific fighter there next to you. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, just want to excuse Ndombassy, as you said, he'll be flying in on Wednesday, and he'll be out for the weigh-in. As for Gary, absolutely phenomenal to watch his growth. I met Gary through his father, Gary Senior, when he was a very young boy. I think, I stand under correction, maybe 16 or 17, and he always mentioned to me, Gary Senior said, my son wants to box. So I was like, well, a lot of people want to box, but he always showed me videos and showed me how keen Gary Jr. was to fight. And, you know, obviously he met up at the gym with Peter when he was young, I think 17, I stand under correction around there. And look where he is now. So it's absolutely so cool to see that his dad took the initiative, his mom and dad took the initiative to get him into a good boxing gym, a good environment for him to grow. He had a good debut on the Legacy Boxing Promotions card at the Times Square Arena. We had a terrific fight of the night against Seth van Aswegen. It just shows his caliber, and he's still growing. He's had a couple of amateur fights, a couple of white-collar fights, but look what he's doing. He's trying to be heard, and I fully support that. And not just that, he can fight, but he's also such a nice guy and a humble human being. So as long as Aquila Boxing Promotion is going, well, like I said, we don't know whether we're going to do it for 1 year, for a decade, or for a lifetime. There will always be an opportunity and a space on our shows for a humble, a terrific fighter like Gary.
Now, Gary, you're chasing your 3-0. How do you believe you're going to achieve that on Friday night?
No, look, I always keep it humble. I'm not going to stand here and rant and rave. I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to spark his lights out, you know. I'm not that type of person. Like Kev said, I like to be humble. I'm maybe a little bit arrogant on the dressing side, but we'll keep it that way, you know. I'm not a talker. So yeah, look, the only way that it's going to go is that I'll listen to my coach and come out victorious, God willing as well, you know. Without God, none of us would be on this planet. So yeah, at the end of the day, we'll keep it humble and just say, listen to coach, and we're gonna put on a terrific show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for Friday night fights. Just to mention that the Cape Furry versus Ndombassy fight will be the co-main event, but Champ has just told me we might have a floater fight just in between that. All right, rolling right along to the IBO All Africa middleweight title potential champion. Patrick, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. You're looking smooth, you're looking cool, you're looking calm, relaxed. The usual Patrick that we know. What's it been like leading up to the 1st of August, Friday?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank God. Secondly, I want to thank Kevin for this opportunity, thanking my coach and the board. Thanks everybody for coming out and support this event. Yeah, so I think camp has been well. We've been training. I didn't need to get ready. I've been ready all the time. So when the fight came, so we were ready to go.
And what was it like getting the call from Kevin and Kevin's team saying that you're going to be on the card, the next Aquila Boxing Promotion card?
So when I heard the offer, I didn't think first. I was like, yeah, I will take the fight. Yeah.
Have you been following the promotion?
Yeah, for sure.
And what do you think of the promotion thus far, and the fighters, and basically the quality of boxing that's been showcased on Aquila Boxing?
No, the quality of the event is really, I think, it's quality. You know, it's a new promotion, but it's good. The promotion is very amazing.
Now you're going to be fighting a very tough Christian Ndombassy. Have you done any homework on him? Are you familiar with him at all?
I know he's a good fighter. I respect him. He's a fighter. But I know that night, Friday night, there's not going to be more respect in the ring. He vowed to knock me out. I wish he was here. I was going to ask him I just can't wait to see how he's going to knock me out.
Well, I know that he will be here on weigh-ins on Friday morning, Thursday morning, I beg your pardon. Jody, over to you. Back on stage this time. Thank you so much with Patrick Mukala. What's it been like managing and training Patrick?
Patrick is, sure, he lives in the gym. He's highly disciplined, dedicated. And I've been fortunate enough to be part of his transformation. Since he's been with me, we started working together at the end of 2020. Yeah, and his style has evolved, and I think he's grown as a boxer. So I've been very, very fortunate to be part of that transformation. And this is our assistant coach, Shadow. I couldn't do it without him.
I was just going to ask you.
He's the fat bum that caused the whole... I've been telling him for ages to go on diet. Have you seen the size of that bum? Very okay. Sorry, everyone.
Not a problem, sir. Please do introduce yourself and tell us what your role in Patrick's career is.
I'm Shadow. I'm an assistant trainer at Roy Jones Jr. and Joey Solomon's gym. Yeah, I help out there a lot. And this is the key lady, main trainer, and I just follow whatever she wants. We have the same vision and picture. So yeah, when Ndombassy is saying he'll not Patrick, that's not happening. But glad he's flying in Wednesday, he's gonna fly out quick on Friday. And shout out to Aquila Boxing Promotion. And I just want to say, give Kevin his flowers. I know Kevin as Kevin KOK. That something like that long time ago, bro. Like, it's an honor to be here next to you. What you've done for the sport, yourself, promotion, and fighting in those arenas, bro, is big. Let's not only take your L's, your W's to be where you are, who you are. Giving a platform to fighters means a lot to boxing South Africa, bro. We see you, we appreciate you. And to Ndombassy, yeah, he will be shit, and we'll be fine. We're ready for you. And coming up against a great trainer like Gert as well is another good thing for us. So we are very grateful to Aquila Boxing Promotions and everything for giving us the shot. It's an honor, and we are gonna be ready. Be there and be square, and it's gonna be fun, K9.
Now you represent, once again, you represent a huge name in boxing, Roy Jones Boxing Gym. What's it like managing? I mean, I as a fight fan, you know, and a huge fan of Roy Jones, what's it like signing that name and being part of that international team and running that gym as well, Jody?
Well, Roy and I started working together in 2016. I had another fighter, and he called me after one of my guys' fights and said he'd like to work with us, and I've been very blessed. Roy and I, he's taught me a lot, but we also see things in boxing a lot the same, and when I suggested maybe opening a gym together, he was very happy to do so because I've learned his technique and that's what I teach. So yeah, it's been an awesome relationship working with Roy.
Alright, so Patrick, before we go ahead with you, we have in the building the COO of Boxing South Africa, so please join us on stage. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us. You just joined us now, so we're now in the middle of the main event of the evening. That's Patrick Mukala right next to you, and he's going to be vying for that IBO All Africa middleweight title. Just give us your quick insights about Aquila boxing so far and leading up to the first. That's Friday night.
Thank you very much, Potso, and good afternoon, everyone. This is Aquila Boxing, all the boxers and the media, Supersport, everyone who made this day a possibility. Looking forward to Friday. I must say, colleagues, once again that it's quite a pleasure to work with promotional outfits like Aquila Boxing Promotions. It's a new outfit, but the way they handle themselves, handling the business of boxing, you know, they are quite true professionals. Of which from the side of Boxing South Africa, you know, we are looking more of new outfits, you know, that will come into the game and change, you know, and make sure that there is positivity coming out of our sport. So far for this quarter, April to June, we had about 18 tournaments, which is quite a great improvement as, you know, comparing to the last financial year during the same period. And Aquila played a role there, you know, in making sure that boxing is taking a center stage. In those words, I want to say that let's continue with the good work. I believe there's still more to come.
Thank you, COO. Now, Kevin, just after what the CEO has said, obviously we've had a great relationship so far with Boxing South Africa. They're always there, they always show up. And moving forward, what's it been like, or what's it going to be like, you know, with the relationship? Obviously, we have to be sanctioned in order to move ahead. What's the working relationship been like?
No, phenomenal. Obviously, Geraldine is the big boss of Aquila Boxing Promotion, so we ensure that our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed 100%. From an administration point of view, you know, we're never looking to lapse or to do things badly. We're trying to be on time, ahead of time, always to ensure fighters get paid on time, purses are in on time, there's no lax in our admin. So from that point of view, you know, credit to the admin side of Aquila Boxing Promotions. We're trying our best to do it. In terms of our structure and growth with Boxing South Africa, I think as an ambassador for Aquila Boxing Promotions, for me it's just about opportunity. They can see we've come into the space, you know, we haven't tried to shoot the lights out, we're doing us. We're not really focused on what other people do and what other promoters do. We're just making sure we're doing what we can do to provide an opportunity for boxers, which then creates an opportunity for trainers and managers to keep their fighters busy, which then creates revenue and generation of revenue for boxing South Africa. At the end of the day, it's a business for everybody, and if you're doing those things and dotting the I's and ticking the T and crossing the T's, then everybody's happy as long as you do things right, and that's what we try to do. And it's by doing things right creates opportunity for the person who needs it the most, and that is the fighter and the fighter's teams. And we will all benefit at the end of the day, but when the fighter is put first, you'll see growth in the sport of boxing, and that's what we do.
Very well said. Thank you so much. Great model there. I'm going to open the floor up for a few questions to anybody on stage at the moment. Any questions?
Patrick, it's for you this one. You moved down from super middleweight to middleweight a few years ago. You've really looked very comfortable at that weight. You look good. You're fighting this weekend for the IBO title, African title. We've seen recently young Van Heerden. He's been saying, okay, he just won the ABU title. He wants about another 2 fights before he says he wants to go for a world title fight. What do you think the chances are that maybe Geraldine is going to line up a fight between you and Van Heerden after Friday night?
Thanks for the question. Regarding Van Heerden, you know, I'm always open and ready to fight anyone. I wish I started my career in middleweight, but it's not too late yet. I'm in middleweight now. So whoever comes my way, I'll stand to fight him. So I'm not scared of anyone. I'm scared of God. I respect everyone. I'm a fighter, I'm not a soccer player, so I'm here to fight. So I'm enjoying it. I'll fight anybody. I'm not scared of anyone. You know.
Yes, indeed, Kevin will take a question about his career.
Champ, thank you for the opportunity you are giving to these young fighters. My question to you is this. Sorry about this. We know your last fight. It was a question of the better man lost. But of course, the guy who wasn't the better guy did put in more of the work. But that's not to say he was the better man. Here's my question. Bridgerweight. We know the struggles it took for the cruiserweight division to get recognition. We know how that was a WBC mentioned. Then there was a WBA equivalent, the junior heavyweight. Also a very long time until De Leon, WBC, and Holyfield, WBA unified. But we know it's a wasteland, the Bridgerweight, and you belong in the heavyweight division. In fact, I want to say to you, the greatest heavyweight champions in history have been just about your size, not these big lumbering heavyweights you see today. So, are you going to stay at heavyweight and discard this Bridgerweight thing and just give it one big push, but really let your hands go?
Yeah, look, obviously that was the plan. We went up to fight Lawrence at heavyweight. You know, the Bridgerweight came about and it was a good opportunity to fight after my loss to Daniel Dubois. Like Patrick said, we fight anybody. There's nobody that's been offered, there's no one that I've been offered to fight that I've said no to. If the numbers are right and everything that goes with it is correct, we'll fight. I think, yes, the pinnacle of the sport is heavyweight, and we know that the Bridgerweight still needs to gain a lot of traction. But don't be too dismissive of it, because at the end of the day, it's another opportunity for smaller heavyweights to stay current and to fight big fights. And you know, for example, there's the WBA Bridgerweight champion, I'm the WBC Bridgerweight champion. If a unification happens, we're talking real big money. And at the end of the day, we all do the sport to put food on the tables for our families. So I think, it's not going to be so easy for it to take off and make it like the cruiserweight division. It took time to get going, like the heavyweight division. But I've dared to be great. You saw I fought Daniel Dubois for the WBA heavyweight. It didn't go my way. I went up to fight Lawrence for the mandatory #1 spot in the WBC. It didn't go my way. We're daring to be great, and I'm not dismissive of the heavyweight division or the bridgeweight division. I'm dismissive of not being able to have the opportunity to fight. So if that means I fight bridgeweight or that means I fight heavyweight, as long as the numbers are right and I'm getting an opportunity, I'm grateful, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, an activity kills people in the sport, not weight divisions.
Right, from SA Boxing Talk, a quick question for Patrick Mukala. Of course, you've campaigned many times for African level titles. We're on the cusp of international boxing for you. We've seen you against Ronald Ellis in the last fight from the United States. It's a great opportunity and a great platform for you to get the IBO All Africa title. After this one, should you get through in Ndombassy, are you looking to an international title or an international contestant?
Well, I think after this fight, after the win, I hope it will put me in good position in the world ranking, and hopefully I'll get something like nationally, a title fight, anything I'll be ready.
Okay, thank you very much.
Kev, would you like to say just anything, just in closing?
Well, this fight, it's a phenomenal fight. Thanks to Patrick and his management team and trainers for taking the fight. The fight presented an opportunity for us. Patrick's team hadn't had a fight in a long time, and they asked would we be willing to put him on. It came via a friend of Jody's, and I said, of course. Patrick Mukala is a terrific fighter. We do not, the right word is not discriminate, but we're not objective to utilising anybody or any gyms on our board. This is proof in the pudding that we use the right people and the people that are on the same mindset of us and growing the sport. He's got a tough challenge on his mind and his hands against Cristiano, in a sense of, we know Cristiano's going to come to fight, but that's when I believe Patrick will be at his best, because if you put him up against a guy who believes, Cristiano Ndombassy truly believes he'll knock Patrick Mukala out. So I think that's when you're going to see the best Patrick Mukala. And you can't be dismissive of Cristiano and Ndombassy, because his fights haven't gone his way, but we mustn't forget he flawed many South African fighters who are touted to be great. He put them on the canvas not once, twice, 3 times. He's been in fights where it hasn't really gone his way, but he's done well to stick around. So he's a dangerous fighter. So credit to Patrick Mukala. This is a keep busy fight. I don't like using that word as per se, keep busy, because it's not a keep busy. It's a must win for Patrick. It's an IBO All Africa belt, but it's a hard fight. So you also got to give credit to both competitors. Both can bang. Matchups once they go the distance, I highly doubt we see the final bell, and this is what ABP is about.
All right, the champ, everybody well said. Thank you so much. One more question.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm the friend. Okay. And I phoned Mr. Lorena on a Friday morning. I said to him, why don't you put Patrick Mukala on one of your bills? And he said to me, who is he trained by? And I said, Jody Solomon. He said to me, ask her to call me. I called Jody. Monday lunchtime, she called me back. We have a fight. And I think that is what the COO spoke about. This is a professional outfit. And thank you to Kevin, Patrick, best of luck.
All right, so it seems we have...
I saw an article from, I think, Chilomo, and then he was talking about, the boxers' purses are going to go up, are going to increase. So I wanted to know how true is that?
Thanks, my chairman. On the 20th to the 21st of February, we were at East London, a boxing national convention, where all boxers, managers, trainers, promoters were there. And the minister made it very clear that the current minimum wage or purses that is being paid to boxers is a joke, particularly to the ones that are still starting your 4-rounders and so forth. So that is a ministerial directive, it's clear. We had engagements already with promoters. On Saturday there was a meeting with the Gauteng promoters in view of dealing with that issue. Yes, of course, the decision is taken, it is there, it is work in progress. And I must say that even us as Boxing South Africa, we need to attract other sporting people to come and join boxing. But with some of the funds that are being paid to our boxers, we are also not happy. We need to invite the corporate industry to come and support boxing so that boxing can be one of the sports that our youth can live on. All over the world, we had one of the best, most paid sportsmen was a boxer, Floyd Mayweather. So we can do it here in South Africa as well. So that's the direction that we're taking. But all that is needed is for us to work together, profile the sport, brand the sport positively, so that we're able to attract corporate to come and invest. That's the only way. Lastly, Khotso, just to thank Geraldine as well, that I complained to her, right? That is 1st of August, Women's Month, why there is no female bout there. Following day, I got a call. It's done. So big ups to ABP. It's a promotion company that listens, gets advices, and implement them for the growth of the sport. We thank that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, CEO. Very well said. Thank you to the question as well. One last word from Patrick Mukala before the tournament and before weigh-ins. Is there anything you'd like to end with, champ?
No, I'm just gonna do what I always do on Friday night.
All right, champ. Looking forward to seeing that. Could we please have you on stage with everybody else? If you could just face the cameras and the media. Ladies and gentlemen, for the main event of the evening for the Africa IBO All Middleweight Champion, Patrick Mukala versus Christian Ndombassy. Yes.